How you doing? On this video, I want to give tips on how to hunt public land in your area. Every year on the Facebook public land hunting groups, we always have people jump in and they ask how to do it. A lot of people hunting public land to a lot of people is a little bit of a mystery because there's too many stereotypes and too many myths running around about if you go out on public land, you're going to have somebody sitting in the tree next to you, you're going to get shot, all that. I found over the years that most of those stereotypes come from people that have never set foot on public land, never tried it. So I thought I'd give it do a quick video on ways to actually do it, a little bit of tips. Everybody talks about going deep. Everybody tells, get away from the road, get away from this and that, but it's not always that. There's always little different tips and tricks to where to hunt and how to hunt. The first place you start to hunt any public land, no matter where you're at, is the regulation books for whatever state you live in, you're hunting in. I'm in Georgia. This is the Georgia regulation book. Covers everything you need to know. All you gotta do is sit down and read it. On our WMAs, our public land, each one of them is listed out specifically. Every one can have their own special rules or their specific rules and regulations. It's up to you as the hunter to sit down and learn them and read them. It's very simple. It's very easy to read and understand if you just take your time and do it. The first place you want to start after you read the regulation book and understand the rules is your phone. Download whichever mapping app you prefer. I use OnX, but you have HuntStand, Spartan Forge. There's a lot of different ones. Whichever one you find is affordable for you, use that one. My first tip is to sacrifice a Saturday or two. This is how you find your areas to hunt. We have hunting groups or channels that are on YouTube that they always talk about they're hunting an overlooked location, an overlooked spot, but the problem is it's their first time on that property. They don't know if it's overlooked or not. You can't tell the first week you go into a place or the first time you visit a WMA or public land if the spot you're in is overlooked. So what you do is you take a Saturday morning when it's busy at daylight. You ride the roads. You ride around the public access roads in the area, and every time you see a truck parked somewhere, you mark it on your app. You drop a waypoint and put a parking symbol. Go down the road another quarter mile, half mile, see two more trucks, you put two. Make notes on your mapping app. What day it was, if it was opening day, if it was first doe day, if it was Thanksgiving weekend, whenever you're doing it. And cover the entire area the best you can. Then when you zoom back out on your map, you'll see areas where all the parking is, where people are parking to walk in. They'll also show you where there's nobody parking. Start scouting those areas. If you come in on a Saturday morning and you drive by and you find 75 trucks on a 10,000 acre piece of property, there's property on there that nobody's parking on, nobody's hunting. It could be that it's no good. There's no food, there's no bed and cover, it's not good to hunt it, but it also could be a true overlooked location. I have several spots on a WMA not far from here that I hunt 100 yards off the road, and it's an awesome spot because I found it because it's overlooked. I found it because it's a little small piece of public land there's a little peninsula that comes out and it's surrounded by a trophy managed hunting club. I never see a deer on that club until 9:30, 10 o'clock when the hunting club members actually fire up their four-wheelers and start heading back to their camp. They push the deer off their private land onto the public land where nobody ever sits, and I'm sitting there 9:30, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock is usually when I see my deer there, and I've killed a couple off there. It's simply an overlooked spot. I drove by it for an entire season, never saw trucks there. So I decided to check it out one day. Did a little research, figured it out. The way you find the true overlooked spots is number one is find where people are parking. If they're parking there, they're hunting there. The other trick is, it's a Sunday afternoon during bow season here in Georgia. Our WMA lands doesn't get pressured a lot during bow season. It's hot, it's humid. I mean, it's Sunday afternoon here and I think it's about 80, 85 degrees. That's why I'm sitting up in the shade doing this video. People don't want to be in the woods. So it's hard to ride down the roads at this time and see where trucks are parked. But I can see where they've been. What that means is, as you ride the roads and you come to an area that's wide enough to pull a truck off, or is obviously a parking area, stop your truck, get out and walk around and look for evidence of people parking there. Look for the tire tracks. Look for the trash, the peanut butter cracker wrappers, the water bottle. Look for toilet paper off on the edge of the woods. Those are all signs that the spot is being used. Mark that on your app. As you come by, after you've traveled, come in and out hunting for a few weeks, if you're seeing the same truck in the same spot over and over, change the color of your parking icon. That lets you know that somebody's in there every Saturday or whatever day of the week it is. So you might be able to adjust your time if you have a job where you can take time off from work during the week, or you're off during the weekday, and you may be able to come in on a Wednesday or a Thursday before the deer start getting accustomed to when the trucks are coming back on the weekend. You can throw them off that way and you can actually catch them where they're getting more relaxed and getting back to their normal travel pattern. I appreciate you taking the time to watch my videos, and I invite you to leave me comments or questions, or just simply let me know what else you'd like me to cover. I'm working on actually getting some actual hunting footage out, some individual hunts, some collaborations. I have a lot of hunts planned for this year. Hopefully we'll get a bunch of those out also, but if you find any value in any of these videos, give me a like, subscribe, leave me a comment, let me know what you like, what you don't, what you're looking forward to, and go out and give your public land a chance. If you're looking for a new hunting system, new system to hunt with, I highly recommend the JX3 Hybrid. The entire system, you can't go wrong with it. And be safe out there and enjoy your hunt.